Hello there! This is Music Man 0150, also known as Gary. And yes, I am back again with another video. I know it's been a long time since I've posted any videos, but what I'm going to be doing here is, this is going to be a video series. And what it entails is how you can upgrade your existing speaker system. And so what I'm going to do today is I'm going to be upgrading a speaker. Actually, I'm actually just going to change the driver that's in this white enclosure. This is a ceiling enclosure, but you can also freestand it as well, just like so. See, it could stand just like that, and it could be a freestanding speaker, or if you really wanted to mount it into the ceiling, you could do that as well. But this is actually just going to be a freestanding speaker, and the reason I'm going to change the driver in this is because I just purchased several of these Wolverine speakers. This is the last Wolverine speaker that I have to install in an enclosure, and as you can see, it has a huge whizzer cone and also the regular cone. No cracks, no tears. It sounds great, and so I'm going to install it in this white enclosure, being that the mounting holes are a little bit different. Here's where the bolt or the screw goes in, and you can see how this is about maybe an inch, maybe it's just a ½ inch thick on the basket. And so depending on the enclosure, or depending on what kind of length screw or bolt you use, the bolt will not go through all the way for you to mount the little nut that goes with the bolt. And most of my enclosures that I have are like that, where the bolt is too short for it to go through that speaker basket. But fortunately, these white enclosures have a long enough bolt for the nut to go through, or actually for the speaker basket to go onto the bolt. And then you just attach the nut to it real easy. Here's two more of those white enclosures that I have, and you can see I've already labeled this one. This was the first one that I did, and I labeled it 8 ohms so that I know that this is an 8 ohm speaker inside. And this one is also an 8 ohm speaker, which is also a Wolverine. Both of these enclosures have the identical Wolverine speaker that you see sitting there on the little bench. And in fact, let me just show you real quick here, and then we'll get started. I have yet another Wolverine speaker, and this is it right here. See, I've already got this one mounted into this enclosure here. Now this enclosure was an exception because, as you can see right here, the bolts or the screws go through the basket, and I was able to mount the nuts right onto the speaker to make it secure inside the box. So these screws here, as you can see, they stick out enough so that this speaker basket can be mounted successfully. I don't know the reasoning for the wideness of the speaker basket, but it's very, very unusual that Wolverine made them this way. Now, the one nice thing about these Wolverines is you can see right here, these are screw terminals. All you have to do is just turn these little thumb screws, hook your wires on, and then you're able to have an instant installation. That's the one unique thing about these Wolverines that no other speaker company has. Other speaker companies, you have to either solder the wires on or you have to attach quick connect terminals. Well, actually, I've attached quick connect terminals onto these thumb screws on the two speakers that are in the white enclosures thus far. And I'm going to do the same thing for the third one. And I'm also going to do the same thing for this speaker when I'm ready for it. But it is installed, so it stays protected. And I'm just going to tighten these finger tight so that they don't get lost. And here's the front of the enclosure. Let me see if I can turn it around with one hand here. There we go. It was upside down, so it was harder to turn. But there's the enclosure right there. And you can see it's a very, very old vintage enclosure. I had bought this empty. And then, fortunately, I had this one Wolverine speaker to put into it, and it was perfect. Perfect fit, as you can see. So that Wolverine speaker is going to stay right where it is. Despite the fact that it's a different enclosure, it doesn't matter. What I'm more interested in is the matched sound rather than the matched appearance. And so that's what I'm going to do with the third white enclosure. So let's go back into the shop and we'll get started on this white enclosure, and I'll show you exactly what I'm going to do with this speaker box. So, as I said, what's in here thus far, and I don't think I told you what actual driver is in here. By the way, these are all 8-inch that you're looking at. This is an 8-inch, those two are 8-inch, and that one I just showed you is also an 8-inch. All the Wolverine speakers I have are 8 inches. So that's why that speaker there is going to go in here, and it's going to work perfectly. You'll see the process that I'm going to do. So let me get the screws out of this enclosure, and I'll show you the speaker that's currently in here.